I'm imagining you're saying it. Whether the weather is hot, we'll be together no matter the weather, whether we like it or not. As I thought about this year, and I thought about choir in a virtual world, when you think about those things, inherently, they don't go together.
Let's start with harmony. Look at this kind of shaky movement thing that I'm doing with the line. One of the biggest difficulties is keeping that part of humanity a little further back in my head and focusing on this imaginary reality where, you know, I'm looking at you, but I gotta look at the camera.
Those motions they're faster, they're quick, they're free in the air. Remember, you're radiating. Let's start molding.
I told them, I said, this is totally new with me. And now the screen is a thing and how much the camera picks up is a thing. It's really interesting to have that as an element to your acting. That's really been a challenge, but also it's kind of fun.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Remember, the next generation of voters is watching.
The challenges to the virtual environment for our production class and our advanced film and video classes is that the kids can't physically be here to do the work. We miss that hands-on experience right now.
And I told my students at the beginning of the year, you know, this is what we are faced with. In order for us to grow as a community, in order for us to learn, timing is actually quite good. Your rhythm is pretty solid, girl. That's one of the hardest parts of this, right?
You can do new things that you can't really do in person.
I know that it's only a matter of time before I go back to that.
So, number 1, you've got to slow down.
The ability to have time, immediately have that one-on-one that is rare to find in a regular school setting.
You have to think about new ways to engage.
How do I do that virtually? And I think I'm very methodical about how I bring my students into a classroom. Do I connect with them right off the bat? Am I asking them how their day is, or do they just sit there like these little worms on a screen doing nothing? Why are you all so quiet? Talk.
Yeah, I'll go.
Those are things that are so important. Taking 5 minutes to care can make all of the difference. That's the good stuff. I'm getting to the nitty-gritty because you're talented and you're going to make this choir. You know this stuff.
I feel like I was developing a new way to get things out of the students that could also transfer very well from the virtual, is giving the students who are not so comfortable being in the groups an avenue to communicate.
Say that again.
Is it forming?
Forming. That's a good, I like that word.
What I've done recently, because everyone has their laptop, the students have the option of doing digital artwork as well, so that we could actually do an example of a digital assignment. And I also use the DocuCam, and that is the part that accounts for my 4 here. I'd show them both examples, a digital example or a drawn example, and to give them the choice of which one they wanted to do.
They're doing great with what we're giving them.
They're still done post-production, however, Mr. Mazur now wants to choose the PSA breaks.
By having the students editing our shows, producing virtually our shows, doing all these workshops, they're still involved in the daily GHS-TV productions that we must complete.
Hello, and welcome to our first virtual edition of GHS-TV's award-winning talk show, Crosstalk.
We've got 2 shows in our pocket right now with Crosstalk, and they've been completely virtual.
We are still fully functioning. Even some of our shows, you know, kind of been postponed, you know, but the most of the things, majority of the shows, the Crosstalk, GHS Insider, Shelby County School Report, we're still doing.
We have virtual channels set up so that our technical director can see how a show is being produced. The cameramen, the floor directors can log into their special channel so they can see what's going on the floor. And so they're all learning at the same time when we're taping our shows that we do, so that when we are back in person and in school, we can seamlessly transition and get back into our daily routine.
You want to move faster. You're so free. You can move faster. Your stuff can move all over.
Theater specifically, it is really hard to translate what we do on stage to this box.
All right, what would flying dancing be like? Flying dancing. Flying dancing. I like this, Sean, that's good.
I try to play improvisation activities or games every Friday. One class period, we really played around with entrances and exits using the screen and how that would look. So just to kind of like give you an idea of like, you know, if it's just your head like coming in like this, like, hey, you know, just doing that. Or what is it like to enter from the top of this screen and come over? Or, you know, also having like a facial expression.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Don't make it about you, it's about the music, girl. Yes? Most of my students are working on the All West Tennessee Honor Choir audition right now, which will be submitted next week. So we're fortunate in we have this assessment that carries well to a virtual platform. We don't really have any performances, so I'm fortunate to be able to utilize that class time for more individual work.
Into like an airplane motion, and you just want to raise this hand above your head, just trying to get your hand through this mud.
So I feel like the pandemic is kind of forcing all of us to re-examine not what we teach, but how we teach that and how we engage the students.
How are we reaching our students? Are we listening to them right now? But I've been pleasantly surprised in their ability to adjust, to figure things out. It's not easy, and I'm so proud of them and overjoyed by the work that they are doing.